Turning and running is often a move that a lot of players aren't comfortable with. What I mean by turning and running is when a ball goes over your head or a ball comes too deep in the court and you have to go back towards the back fence, we want to do a turning and running movement. So we want to let our feet naturally cross over each other because we're going to get there faster and it's a lot safer as well. What we don't want to do is backpedal because there's a good risk of falling there and it's also slow. Our body doesn't get turned. We also don't want to shuffle because it's slow and takes a lot of energy. So if you run versus shuffle, you're gonna be a lot faster. One really good way to practice that turn and run is by yourself on the wall. And what you can do is you can stand pretty close to the wall and you can feed a high ball and practice turning in the direction of the shot that you wanna hit, getting behind the ball, playing it, and then resetting. So say I start right here, just doing a little tap rally to myself. Eventually I hit the ball high and I practice getting behind it. Then I soften up my shot so I can get closer to the wall again, hit it high so that I can turn and run. At first, make sure you're not hitting the ball too hard on the high one because you want to give yourself a lot of time to naturally think about what you're doing. But notice how I'm doing regular running steps on that turn and run shot. I can do the same thing on the backhand. So I'm doing a little tap rally. I open up my face, hit it high. And notice that when I do that, my feet are crossing over. So I'm often taking my first step with my outside foot, letting my paddle go back at the same time. Then I'm crossing over my feet and continuing to run. The only thing different than a normal run is that I'm looking this way because that's where the ball's coming from. As I get better at this and more confident, I can start hitting the ball a little faster so that I have to get back faster. So again, hit one normal shot, then tap the ball until you can get close to that wall. Then hit it a little bit faster once you get that confidence. If you have to play a defensive shot after the turn and run, that's okay too. That might actually be really realistic when somebody hits over your head to just lob that ball up in the air with an open face. So again, we want to get away from this. We do not want to backpedal because it's dangerous and slow, doesn't get our body in a good position, but instead we want to turn and run. So if it's coming to my forehand, I'm left-handed, I'm turning to the left, letting my feet naturally move the way they were designed to run. If it's coming to my backhand as a left-hander, I'm turning to my right. Last round here, let me see if I can pick up the pace a little bit. Also, the lower that I hit that shot, the less time I'm gonna have. So if I wanna increase the intensity, I'll hit it harder and lower. So again, the wall is a really good tool to be able to isolate that one thing. It's often harder to do it in a live setting when you're playing competitively or even cooperatively, and you're gonna get way more reps if you just spend a few minutes on the wall.